Aloha, this is Dr. Martina, online sex therapist and sex educator. I want to talk about a bit of a somber topic today, and that is lying, how we lie about sex to ourselves and others. Research shows that we're being lied to 10 to 200 times daily, depending how hooked you are with social media. Now, this tendency of deceit starts pre-verbally. Children start fake crying, fake laughing from a very early age on. We lie 1 to 4 times daily to each other. 60% of adults lie 1 time every 10 minutes per conversation they're having. So dishonesty has been with us throughout our history, of course, but it is increasing in our contemporary world. Now, with that said, there's a sure assumption that we also lie about sex. Deception is a strategy. It is a way to survive. It is that way in the animal kingdom, and so also in the world of being human. But when it becomes habitual and predominant in our lives, deceiving others, deceiving ourselves, it entraps us in suffering. When we lie about our sexual desires, sexual fears, sexual experiences, sexual fantasies, it will stop, it will block our evolvement. It will stop us from loving fully, living fully, and from being the kind of lover who we can be. Carl Jung says it very clearly. Our suffering comes from the unseen and unfelt parts of our psyche. Now, as a gay person who has a history of self-inflicted homophobia, I am aware of that suffering and I'm familiar with it, and so are a lot of people who had to or thought they had to or did lie about their sexuality. Trauma, intense craving, fear, and shame are the conditioning that gives rise to dishonesty. If we don't understand our intense sexual cravings, if we don't respect our sexual desires, if we are ashamed of our sexual desires, if we fear our sexual power, we will continue lying to our sexual selves and to others about our sexuality. We will hide what we want others not to see. We use pretense to attract others to get our sexual attention, our sexual care. We will use, and we are using deception to further us in what we sexually want. And since we value honesty, we truly do. We truly value honesty. And since we do that, then this is a painful way to experience our sexuality. Because closeness comes from being real and being honest. And if we're not being honest, then we will know that and we won't feel good about ourselves. So let's take on the challenge of being honest about our sexuality. Let us be frank about what is true. And how can you do that? By taking a small step. And a very small step would be when you think of the last conversation you had with your partner about sex. And if you're single, the last conversation you had with yourself about sex. What was it that you wanted your partner to see about you during that conversation? And then what was it that you did not want them to know, what you wanted to cover up? And the third reflection would be, and then sense the way you felt about yourself after that conversation. Like I said, we value honesty, so we don't feel good when we're being dishonest. And if you can connect with that and realize that there's a better way to be it, and that is to be honest no matter what, then you will hopefully find the courage to do that, because it takes courage. But as a shaman says, when you name a fear or shame, when you see it clearly, it loses its power. So I want to leave you with the words of Adrian Rich, who writes, "An honorable human relationship, that is one where two people have the right to use the word love, is a process of deepening the truths they can tell each other. It is important to do this because it breaks down human self-delusion and isolation. So let us be honest about our sexuality, no matter what. And if you need some help with that, if you need some help to start it, you connect with me, and I'm looking forward to hear from you. You take care."